Hello?
That should be better. Is that better?
Hello? Can anybody hear me? Okay. Hello? Hello?
That's me.
Okay. Something weird's going on. I've got blank screens. Can anybody hear me? I can't hear anybody.
Hello. Let's see if I've got a. Oh, okay. Hello. Can you hear me? Microphone.
Oh, okay. Okay. Can you guys hear me now?
I hear you.
Cool.
Can you hear me? I know you don't care. You're talking about somebody real. Oh, I know that.
I can hear you. Just
yeah.
Just hear you. I can just hear you. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Okay. I got new headphones and I didn't have them set up for this. Apparently, so I couldn't hear anybody. And I can't see you.
I know. I just can't see myself, and now you know how bad that is. Dang.
Okay, so that problem's not just me then.
No, I can't see myself. That's a terrible situation. Stop video. Hide. Oh, here we go. All right. Oh, I see. I got the camera inside my laptop selected. I wonder if that's a problem.
That could be a problem.
Oh, the camera's not showing up. I put in a new USB strip so my camera could be. Oh, I'll plug it in to the USB strip. Think that could cause a problem?
That might help too.
Well, some people probably complain, but yeah.
Aha.
Oh, yeah, there's a roof. Oh, yeah. Well, much worse, much worse. Hey, Chuck.
All right. Well,
I don't see Art either.
Art doesn't have his video turned on. I'm not sure if Art's actually sitting at his desk.
Oh.
He
can't go without seeing Art and his smiling face.
Yeah, sometimes he joins early and then walks away from his desk.
That is not artful, or it's not artistic.
Aha.
Oh, I am now running at 50 megabits down and 10 up.
Wow.
That's a big improvement over TIC's 10 and 6 and 0.7.
Yeah. What'd you do? There's Art.
How you doing?
Spectrum. Yeah, there.
Okay, so you so you switch to Spectrum.
Yeah.
Got to watch
So,
them.
what rates did you get again, Jim?
50 down and 10 up.
Is that their high speed or low speed or whatever? Because I'm on Spectrum also.
That's the lowest one that they listed with my cheapo package.
Okay.
I was going, 50 is so wonderful. I'm peeing my pants here, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well,
Don't want to go there? Okay.
That's okay. Yeah, mine is, I started out, the lowest one that they had, or the slowest one they had in this area was 200 down and 10 up. And after being on that for about a year, I went to the next higher one, which is the highest one they have in this area, which is 400 down and 10 and 20 up. And it's been working fine for me. I transfer a lot of large files around various places for my clients. And so and Barbara's gotten kind of addicted to videos and online news and you name it. So I bit the bullet and went to the 420, the 400 down and 20 up. And that's working fine. The other one was working okay, but it was occasionally I wished for a little more speed because of large files I'm moving. When you're moving files that are half a terabyte around, you know, you want some speed. At any rate, so you like it, huh?
Yeah, you're going to have to get some Depends with that kind of speed, man. I'd probably have accidents all the time. I'd have accidents all the time.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, I'm pretty happy with the I was pretty happy with the 200 down and 10 up, but I'm much happier with the 400 down and 20 up. And those are the only two speeds they offer in this area. So I don't know what determines what in terms of what's offered in different areas and so forth. Your Spectrum is on cable, I'm assuming, right?
Yes.
Okay. Curious thing is, they said when I signed up for the lower speed one that if I wanted to boost to the higher speed one, it'd be an extra $20 a month, but they'd have to roll a truck in order to do that. They'd have to send a guy out here. Well, I went online one day, I decided to go with a higher speed, signed up for the higher speed, and no truck, no message, no nothing, just bam, it started. Of course, the extra $20 a month on the invoice started also. So, you know, I think I'm paying right at about $80 a month, something like that, for that, which is I consider very reasonable.
Yeah, I'm looking to see what Spectrum offers us now. And it looks like I can get GigaNet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. 940
over cable?
On cable, yeah.
Really?
940 megs.
Do you know what your nearest office is?
No, but they were just out here last month, 2 months ago. Cable, everybody's cable was out for a while. They were upgrading the system out on the main road, so they may have added the ability to do more.
So now you're on cable also or fiber?
No, it's cable. But I think there's a fiber line coming into a junction box that's uh, out on the main street.
Well, AT&T, at least in California, is running fiber to all their local, whatever they call them, the central office,
Yeah.
which actually it's not an office at all. It's a little box that sits next to the street.
That we've got one of those boxes that's 3 or 4 blocks away. But that's what they were upgrading the other couple months ago. So they were out probably for 4 or 5 hours screwing around with internet and cable and everything out there.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. But it looks like I'm pretty sure we're on the 400 meg deal now. But it looks like
400 down and 20 up.
Yeah. For $70.
Yeah, that's about right. I think mine is actually supposed to be 75, something like that. But then you have all the federal and state and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
you know,
we're paying their $5 rent for their modem and their all the taxes and all that. So it's probably closer to 80.
I have to say though, the modem they put in here, unlike the one that I got, the DSL one that I got from Cincy Bell, the modem they put in here is really solid, and it's not only solid for wired connections, it is very solid for Wi-Fi.
The third modem we finally got from them is fantastic. The first two, not worth messing with. But when we got the third modem from them, we had problems with the first one. It went out, not a big deal. The second one, they gave us exactly the same thing, and I don't remember exactly what happened with that one, but it wasn't right. They gave us 2 separate units, a router and a modem, as 2 separate pieces, and that one's been great. Never had a problem with it, other than every great once in a while I have to reboot it. But that one's been really, really good and strong. And the day that they gave us that one, I noticed that our internet went from, I'm going to say, like 200 megs to 300 meg almost overnight. So whatever they did, it was a better modem and actually upgraded everything.
Yeah, I've been very satisfied with this one. The DSL tech who came out to replace, I think, our 5th DSL modem, they seem to develop problems, like stop completely. And he finally coughed up and said, "Well, you realize all of these modems are used." I said, "You're kidding me." But that was Cincy Bell. Spectrum, I haven't had that problem with.
Our second modem, we knew our second modem, we took the first one and returned it. They sent it to the tech to whatever, and they gave us another modem. Well, we got back home, and the cable jack was physically broken off of it. And we went back, and they gave us a different modem. The lady looked at it and said, "Oh yeah, that's not right." Well, it's all right. You're getting a returned unit, a refurbished unit. And I said, "Well, your techs aren't doing a very good job if they completely missed the fact that the cable jacks broke off."
Yeah, well, that's true.
The F connectors broke off.
So did you have to go someplace and pick up the modem, or they deliver it?
At the time, we had it was a Time Warner place on the other side of town. So at the time, we just went to Time Warner and returned the modem, and it was still Spectrum, but it was during that transition period.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
um, it was relatively convenient. We just had to drive out to that side of town and drop off the old modem and pick up a new modem.
Yeah, when we first got ours, they gave me the modem and so forth. And the house here had been wired for cable, which they used with the disc on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Ken. So, any
Hey.
rate, any rate, I brought it home and I plugged it in. Nada. So I went to another spot, plugged it in. Nada. So I called them up and said, I'm not getting any connectivity. Can you see my modem? And they poked around and said no, they couldn't. So they rolled a tech out here, and sure enough, what had happened was that apparently the internal cable in the house, this house is only 11 years old at this point, internal cable in the house had been disconnected from all but one of the locations in the house. So if you found the right location, you could plug it in. Well, that wasn't where I wanted the modem to be. So the tech rewired. We have a box where all the cables and all the phone lines and so forth come into the house. So he went in there, buzzed it out, said, which one do you want to go to? And I said, I want the one in my wife's office. And sure enough, he hooked it up and everything was golden after that.
Yeah.
And we have also a separate cable modem and router.
Yeah.
So, and that router has, as I said, that has been solid, knock wood.
Yeah. I've only had to I've only had to reset the modem. I don't know, 3 or 4 times, and we've probably had it for 2 years now. So,
Uh-huh.
and it's usually after a storm. The storm, a storm comes along and does something wacky, and I just have to reset it.
You have a surge suppressor on your cable line?
No, that
I'm,
was that was not.
I
No.
okay. Well, I don't know. I've been fooling around with this ubiquity stuff for a
Mm-hmm.
while. I finally got it working just beautifully. And I've been reading there's a zillion videos out there on how to set up ubiquity. That tells you something about how easy it is. I mean, when 25 guys seem to need to explain things to you, and it's simple. So, and one of them I was watching not too long ago said that he had one of their access points literally burn up.
Mm-hmm.
And he proceeded to disassemble the thing and show what the interior of it was like. And he said, it looks to me like it was lightning strike or something or other. So he now has on his lines, on his Ethernet lines, he has surge suppressors. So I'm thinking of getting one of those. There's all different brands available. Ubiquity, of course, has one, but most everybody has Ethernet surge protectors these days. So,
Yeah.
um,
Um, I I had one computer that I suspect had a surge come across the Ethernet port, and it took the Ethernet card out, the hard drive.
hopefully it wasn't the one that was on the motherboard.
It was, but it was easy. I mean, you just put a PCI Ethernet card in, and it was okay. But
Well, that assumes that it didn't take out the motherboard. In the
Well,
process.
it didn't. It acted really funky, but it just took out the Ethernet port. But I assume, or I suspect, that it got some sort of surge across that line to take it out like that.
Yeah.
But that was a long time ago, and it was an old computer anyway, so it could have just gone bad. Oh, it's Kenny. What's up, Kenny?
I installed new kitchen lights, and one over the island and one over the kitchen table. And I put 5,000 lumens in, okay? And they just, I mean, it was like boom. Now these are 3,000, and it's still a big boom. Still pretty bright.
Yeah.
Well, now, are you talking about lumens or you're talking about Kelvin?
Luminous.
Lumens.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the total amount of light. But what's the Kelvin on them, do you know?
No, I don't.
Yeah, the Kelvin is brightness, whether it's white light or yellow light or whatever.
Well, Kelvin's actually color temperature.
Yeah.
And that tells you whether it's warm, reddish, or whitish, or whatever. But you look like you're being sweated there, by the cops, Kenny. I mean, you're definitely bright enough. There's no
Cops over there again.
I know. I did it.
I need to put on my sunglasses here.
Let's see. Well, these are 10. Okay. Let's see. That's not going to help me. These are, I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, those are daylight. So those
they refer to them as daylights, and those I put into the fans. Okay, and these are the ones I put into the kitchen, and they refer to them. Oh, these are the dimmable ones. Those are in the dining room. They call them soft white.
That's probably about 4,000 Kelvin. The daylights are typically 5 or 5,500, something like that.
Yeah.
2.7 thousand soft white.
Yeah, those are almost reddish. They're a warm white.
Wow.
Yeah. The ones, like I said, the ones upstairs in the fans they referred to as daylight, and they got 5,000 K. Okay.
Yeah, 5,000 Kelvin. That's right.
Yeah, Kelvin. And these are the dimmables in the dining room. I can't really.
Those would typically be warmer.
Yeah, they're soft white.
Yeah.
Those are soft white.
Probably 3,000, 2,700, something like that.
No. Brightness, luminance, 800.
No, but that's not color temperature.
And the ones that we're looking at right now, these are warm white.
Yeah.
And they're 3,000 K.
That's right.
And that's, I mean, they are bright. Really bright. I think they go down to 2,700.
Yeah, you can get 2,700. I don't think you can get anything less than that in an LED.
No, I don't. That's it. That's the bottom of the LEDs.
Yeah, they basically just changed the phosphor on the LED because all of them are using silicon nitride, gallium nitride LEDs, and they just use a different phosphor to convert it to a different wavelength.
What do you call it?
I think every brand use different Kelvin degrees for their bulbs, because Philips use 2700 for soft white and use 3000 for bright white. So
and then daylight will be higher than that. Daylight will be typically 5,000 Kelvin.
They call it cool white 4,000. Cool white. Daylight 5,000.
Yeah, daylight's 5,000, and this is warm white, and that's 3,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they got soft white is 800.
What?
No. 800 you couldn't see.
No.
800, that 800 lumens, not 800, not 800.
Exactly.
It's 800 lumens.
Right. That's lumens. That's not Kelvin.
Lumens.
Yeah, that's lumens, right.
The Kelvin.
I recently discovered that the frequency of those bulbs was a lot different from what I thought. I thought they were like in the 100K region, but they're not. They're less than 90, like 60 to 90 range.
Well, they've got to get them high enough so that it doesn't affect your peripheral vision.
Also, when I was in the dining room, I had a dimmer. You had to get a different dimmer switch when you use the LEDs.
Yeah.
Had to replace the dimmer switch. So, but they're bright. Big time.
You need them bright if you're going to have cataracts, you know.
I have a little.
Yeah.
Oh, you ought to get them. Have you considered getting them replaced?
The cataracts?
Yeah, you need a new cataract, Seville.
Yeah, I've had both of my eyes, the lens replaced in both of my eyes, and I got to tell you, it's like night and day, quite literally. Because when your cataracts get bad, particularly driving at night, the glare in your eyes is awful. I was worried about it when they first told me they were going to do one eye, and I thought, oh, crap. But my parents had mixed results with that. My dad had good success. My mother didn't. So, at any rate, I went into that operation thinking, wow, am I going to be blind in one eye? I got to tell you, I've had dental procedures that were a lot worse than that. It was like nothing. And it was 35 minutes door to door. Okay. I mean, they just went in there, put up whatever junk they put in your eye to numb you up, go zick, and pop it out, pop the new lens in, and it was a piece of cake. So when they went to do the second eye, I wasn't nearly as nervous. Things kind of pain in the rear, though, is you have to wear some kind of a cover plate over your eyes for a few days until everything heals up. So, but I highly recommend it if you have it as an option.
I'm told that the cataracts has to grow to a certain size, okay? And when it grows to a certain size, then you take it off.
Well, you know why that is? I'll tell you why that is. has nothing to do with medical procedure. It has to do with when your insurance will cover the thing. And I can tell you that on mine, the way it worked was your eyesight, corrected eyesight, had to be below or above 20/40. If they couldn't correct it to better than 20/40, then they would do the operation. If they could correct it to 20/40, they wouldn't do the operation. And I thought that was some kind of a Medicare thing. Of course, you young guys may not be on Medicare, so I don't know.
I'm on Medicare. So, but you know, he said if it starts to bother you, let me know. I'll take them off. But, not yet. So.
You want to get a really good surgeon to do them, though. I got to tell you, Barry's here.
Yep, sneaking in.
In the last few minutes.
Hey, Mike, you're here
Like
too.
never.
Yeah.
Michael. Mike.
So I might change the kitchen lights over the island to something else because these are too bright for me. But I went from a 3-lamp fixture to a 5-lamp fixture. And then because the island is moved, I had to move the electrical to the island light. So we reached up into the ceiling and pulled the wire, and it had a staple on it, and pulled that off. Then we went down about 5 feet, and then we cut a hole in the ceiling, and we pulled it around the corner. Then we put another hole in the ceiling, and we put it so that it's within the 2 joists. Then we figured out where we wanted to put the light, and then we cut another hole in the ceiling, and then we put a bar that goes across the 2 joists, and it's used for hanging fans. And we tightened it all up, and that gave us our position for our box, and then we put the box.
So now you have to fill a whole bunch of holes in the ceiling.
I do.
It looks to me like it wouldn't be too bright if you're wearing a shade 13 welding goggles.
Yeah, it's true too. I don't know if it's coming across.
Yep.
There you can see. There you can see the 2 holes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There's the holes. And there's another hole over here. All in all, we've got 3 holes in the ceiling.
So you now have to just tape and texture those because it looks like you get them filled up.
Yeah, we filled the holes up with what we cut out, and what we did was we put a board up there, all right, and so that it supports our cutout. So the board is up there. We fished it up, put it out, then we drilled 2 sheetrock screws on this side and 2 sheetrock screws on that side.
I used to do that exactly everywhere.
And then put two screws in the square that we cut. Yeah. So now sheetrock, Jim, back to sheetrock.
Well, you've got the sheetrock taken care of. You just need to do tape and texture.
Exactly.
So is there a second floor up there, or is that an attic?
Second floor upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can go up there and
no.
No. You can always peel the carpet back, cut the subflooring out, do all of your wiring, sister some 2x4s onto the joist and screw everything back down.
Oh, sure. Next time.
Yeah, right.
So,
That describes about 3 weeks worth of work.
So this is an afternoon. It was about 5 hours time we messed around with this thing. But it's done. Now I just gotta fill in and then kind of dab it up there. Should be okay.
Then repaint the ceiling.
Exactly. So now the kitchen light, where it sits over the kitchen table, it's not squared up. So I'm kind of funny feeling that's what we're doing next. Ooh.
Oh.
What was that?
Fort Myers.
It did look like Fort Myers. Looked like home.
Where's Fort Myers?
Fort Myers, Florida.
Oh.
It's on the golf course, the golf side. It's above Naples, okay? And above Marco.
Where's that from Sarasota?
I don't even know where Sarasota's at.
You know where Tampa is?
I know where Tampa's at.
Yeah, so it's north or south of Tampa?
South.
Okay,
It's,
so
it's 2 hours south of Tampa.
So it's way down towards the tip or close to the tip then.
No, you got Alligator Way that goes across from Naples across to Miami. It's above Naples. So yeah, there you go. We go to a place called Sanibel, which is a little bit down there. Okay, there you go. So, and Punta Gorta, and it's below Venice. If you know where Venice is at. So, it's about a 2-hour drive from Tampa down to Fort Myers.
Yep.
We've got a condo down there. We rented a condo.
This is showing in miles, but how many palmetto bugs does that equal?
What time of the year are you there?
125 miles or 3 palmetto bugs. They're big.
Yeah. But it's the golf side. It's pretty well. It's nice looking. It's easy living. Thomas Edison, that's his winter home. He and Henry Ford had a house together down there in Fort Myers. They have a nice museum. It's a pretty good deal. So that's where he spent his winter months, from New Jersey down to Fort Myers.
Been there one night. I didn't, just went to a restaurant.
So you just stopped in for dinner?
No, I was traveling to the north and stopped there for the night. We continue to Orlando by the coast, by the Gulf Coast, Tampa, and then Orlando.
You go, it's from Fort Myers to Tampa is 2 hours, and from Tampa to Orlando is another 2 hours. So my brother and I would get up in the morning and we would be in Disney at 10 o'clock, play all day, then at 6 o'clock that night take off, and then have late dinner down in Fort Myers, midnight. So it's a gorgeous place.
And then to Miami, across Florida.
That's Alligator Way, or it's a stretch of highway.
Alligator.
Yeah, it goes from Naples all the way over to Miami.
But there is nothing to see between Fort Myers and Miami. It's just flat. Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So is this north or south of the Everglades?
North.
It's north. It's north maybe about an hour. A lot of people go to the Marco Island.
Oh, we got 19 seconds.
And Naples.
Yeah.
Those are the two major places, but we go to Fort Myers.
I'll start the new meeting here real soon.
Okay.
So
Okay.
now you know my lighting project.
Okay.